So in the three districts that you're working,
Yeah.
what are the main activities of NEST?
Main activity is to strengthen all the women leaders of the land. We train them regularly. We have formed some, block level federations that we call BYF, Block Elected Women Representatives Forum. And we also mobilize journalists, local media of these areas so that they understand the local governance and also understand the development journalism. Then the third thing is that we also sensitize grassroots community through street theaters to come into the Gram Sabha and mobilize Gram Sabha. This is the kind of work we are doing in these four districts, in these three districts. We are now slowly also trying to increase the modular skills of the rural community. And for that, we are targeting some DRG.
So all these three districts are normal 73rd Amendment districts?
Yeah, there is.
Or is any PESA district there?
No, this is PESA is not applicable in the northeast.
Right.
Only the 73rd amendments are there, but there is another parallel institution called Autonomous Council, which is not under the 6th schedule.
Right.
Which are in the state act. So they have, very critical overlap.
Right.
So we are trying to understand that and also improving on this.
So, but any of your districts has an autonomous?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, missing autonomous council.
Missing?
Missing.
That's in Haflong?
No, the head office of missing autonomous council is in Mahajan.
Mahajan, okay. Okay.
But in places where there is missing tribal community, they have this missing autonomous council. And in Jordan, there is another autonomous council that is called Canal Autonomous Council. So which is from under the state act. These all these autonomous councils are under the state act.
Like the one for Bodos is also under the state act, or that's 6th schedule?
That is something called special 6th schedule.
Special 6th schedule?
Yeah, that's not in the 6th schedule.
Oh, I see.
The 6th schedule, yes, is some. The 6th schedule districts are two million at time. One is Anti Hills, another is Kardian.
Right.
These two are under 6th schedule. Bodo Autonomous Council, there are 4 districts, which is under a special 6th schedule. And there are some other couple of areas which are under state act, like the Missing Autonomous Council, Sinal Autonomous Council, then Rabha Hassan Autonomous Council. So these are under state act.
These are what are called the Plains tribes?
These are plain tribes.
Plains tribes. So it's amazing now the ethnic diversity of the Northeast is in spite of the reorganization in 1973 and the creation of states on the basis of ethnic identity, has not fully solved the problem because there are sub-ethnic divisions, So
no, it actually enhance the problem. There are a couple of very good things actually in the autonomous councils, especially in the 6th schedule. The good thing is that the land rights and local autonomy, these things are good, but there are a couple of very bad things. Like the organic linkage that we have in the panchayat from the Gram Sabha to Lok Sabha, that is not existing. The middle tier is not there. The compulsion for holding a Gram Sabha is not there. So the participatory democracy is not taking place.
So it's like electing MLA level people.
Exactly.
And they just sit. They have some limited lawmaking power, no?
Yeah, they have some limited lawmaking power. That is also highly restricted because if there is any law, the same sort of law in a state, then the state law will prevail, not the local.
So then what do they really have? I mean, is it just a way of appeasing some local elites, or?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Some criminal area is being formed. Even I have studied NCs very intensively and found there is something like 5-6 families. Lankasa family, Haflambar family, and Harjar family. These are the families who is controlling the entire issues. Even in Autonomous Council under 6th schedule in Meghalaya, there are some, feudal laws are coming up.
Hmm.
We were working for some days in one block called um, mm, Hamren
Hmm.
in Meghalaya.
Hmm.
And we found that the owner of the entire land is only 3%.
Hmm. The CN.
And not only CM, they are the, land, they occupied land,
Hmm.
and as per the traditional law,
Hmm.
it is with them.
Hmm.
They need to continue means their use of that land
Hmm.
in the form of doing agriculture and all.
Hmm.
If they don't do for 3 years, then it will go back to the community.
Hmm.
Now they have captured that huge amount of land
Hmm.
and putting some, laborers over there to do some work on it.
Hmm.
So as a result, land is always with them.
Hmm.
So it's not going to the community in any form.
Hmm. Hmm. So a lot more further reform is required. Huh?
Exactly.
So is there any systematic think tank working on this outside of the government?
No.
No.
No. The government has given couple of, took some initiatives
Hmm.
by holding couple of seminars and all, NIRD and all, and hold some discussions and seminars. And their view is that it should be, merged
Hmm.
with the PRI system. But I have some reserves on that.
Hmm.
At the time of independence, there were some very interesting public, assembly debates.
Hmm.
So when Gopinath Borde suggested the formation of autonomous council,
Hmm.
there was a big debate in assembly. And said that no, autonomous council should not be there
Hmm.
because it will create another kind of, this what is called East Pakistan.
Hmm.
Okay. So the reason behind that is if we create some kind of smaller entity, then they will look for independence.
Hmm.
But Gopinath Borde that time rightly said that India is integration,
Hmm.
not assimilation.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So that actually defines the entire requirement of having some autonomy of the smaller entities.
Hmm.
So if we look for assimilation, it means that merging of all the smaller entities into the larger entities.
Hmm.
And it will be very important to have some smaller entities to keep their own identities, own cultures, and own crafts.
Hmm.
And cultural diversity is as important as the biodiversity.
Sure.
So these things are not being understood in the national initiatives that has come up. They have invited me for a couple of programs, and I always raise these issues. Yes, there are some problem on the structures, but we should not perhaps fully do away the autonomous council system. The structures, the middle structures that we have, the importance of Gram Sabha in the panchayats, then having a middle layer in the block level called autonomous, Anchalik panchayat or intermediate panchayat, and the district panchayat. These have given a very, very good organic linkages. These organic linkages is missing in the autonomous council.
Hmm.
That could be,
Could be changed in the state act.
uh,
So basically, you're saying that autonomy by itself is not enough.
yeah.
In addition to autonomy in that autonomous area, then there needs to be decentralized, multi-layer governance.
Right. And
So,
basically at the time of autonomous council formation,
hmm.
the reason behind the formation of autonomous council was to protect the local customs and customary rights.
Hmm.
And that was the demand of the all, tribal leaders at that
Hmm.
point of time. That if we can exercise our own customs and customary rights,
Then
we
we'll
will be with
integrate.
India.
Hmm.
And but now the autonomous council are the major reason behind of demolishing all the customs and customary rights.
Why is that?
Because they have the legal power.
Hmm.
They are elected bodies. Elected bodies are a modern institution.
Hmm.
But all the tribal communities have their own traditional institutions.
Hmm.
Like Nising has Kebam,
Hmm.
then the Dimasa Kosaris has Northern, They have their own system of, ruling.
Hmm.
So that system is already, demolished.
Hmm.
So the chief of that institution is no longer powerful. But a Sarkari Dampura,
Hmm.
Sarkari Dampura is a paid person
Hmm.
who is the leader from the government side. and he has the power to collect taxes, and he has the, legal entity in the legal terms. So as a result, these institutions are becoming more and more weak because of the autonomous council. These modifications need to be done. But because of that autonomous council, it still there is not a land with the tribe. Tribals. If we go to Chapua or Ratlam, all the tribals are in history because all the lands are taken by some non-tribal. But this is the advantage we are getting in the northeast. This land is filled with people.
Thank you. That was Arif from Nest. He is based in Golaghat, Assam.